Hello, and welcome to the story of my 2004 Range Rover. Okay, yes, it's got 188,000 miles, but don't run away. In the last year, I have put $14,000 into all kinds of new engine improvements, and I want to talk to you about all those repairs that have been done. And I think this is quite a good story. The good news is all that work has been done. And if you're looking for a great vehicle at a terrific price that's in super shape, then this one could be for you. Everything works. The color is Gaverny green, and I should also tell you, I am the first owner. I'm the guy who bought this. I bought this from Rosenthal Land Rover up in McLean, Virginia. We then moved to Florida, and I'm the original buyer. I bought this in 2004. All right, let's take a walk around the vehicle. The car is in great shape. It's got a few little, door dings over the last years, but let's do a complete walk around, and then I want to show you the inside. That's what the side looks like. Here's the back. Here's the other side. The car makes a great impression. It is such a joy to drive, and I've had great times in this car, and it's treated me very well. I think I've driven it as gently as a Rover can be driven. So that's the vehicle. It's got the luxury interior package, and it's one of the few light green Rovers where the leather inside is also a light green with that distinctive British piping that goes around the seats. Okay, let's go look at, and again, I'm doing this as though you were standing right next to me because you're watching this on eBay. Opening the inside, it's a great looking dash, I think. I believe the wood is cherry wood, and what I thought was kind of cool about the interior was that there were so many different colors and textures. This is how it looks. The main wear is probably on the driver's seat. A few scuff marks here over the years. The passenger seat is almost like a new shape. That's been rarely used. The center console is great. The only thing I will say is there's a little bit of wear right in the center, and you may wonder, well, what is that wear from? The wear comes from, in the summer I use on occasion some off insect repellent. And there's something in off insect repellent that just literally attacks the finish, especially in this little interior section. Steering wheel's great, heated steering wheel, and again, this is the luxury interior package. Let me open up. This is the center cubby. That all works, and there's a second compartment here. The glove compartment is over here. You open that, and inside the glove compartment is where the CD changer is. CD changer works perfectly. I haven't used it very often, but that's where that sits. When this car came out, they didn't offer a satellite radio, so I bought an auxiliary Delphi unit. It's wired in, and it works fine for picking up XM radio, and that will go along with the car. You'll need a subscription. It's about, I think, $12 a month now. Let's go look at the back seat. And again, if you look at things like the doors, and if you were standing here, you'd probably look at the quality of the metal and, has this car been kept clean? This car has been cared for about as well as I think you can. Down here in Florida, I get this car detailed once a month. There's a fellow that comes, does just a super job. But you can see this is about as clean as a Rover as I think you can get. And just think, this thing is 10 years old. Back seat is in super duper shape. Again, rarely used. And this one has separate air control handlers. There's a separate air and cooling system that goes through the back seat. The seats pop down, so if you want to do have this entire thing go flat, this goes flat and it goes flat again. That all works. I think I've used it twice in 10 years. So this section comes down, also the fire section. This center rest comes down. There's a thing here that uncouples, so in case you had a set of skis, you can put them lengthwise. And again, I'm doing this demo as though you're standing right next to me looking at the car. Again, if you look at the leather, I think the piping that the Brits do is just terrific. Another thing I'll mention, this is the vehicle that was redone by BMW. The seats are fantastic, probably the best that were ever put in a Rover, because there's also an option where this seat tilts. It's got a third tilt system, and that's really nice. Seats also are heated when you hit the right buttons. Walking across to the back. Something I just put in the vehicle, I put in new struts. They were put in like 2 days ago. They're like 50 bucks for a pair. It just it holds the window up. This is how the back opens. And again, this is it's super duper clean, and it's been kept that way. This is where the full spare sits. It's a full spare, never been used. The jack's never been used. Again, it's all in mint condition. That's the way it came from the factory. Okay. This shows a little bit of wear. This is the hood cover, and actually, if you thought this showed too much wear, you can buy a new one. They're 250 bucks. You can get it online at eBay. I think it's called British Atlantic Car Parts. It's got a few scratches here from opening and closing this thing. I think it's very usable, but if you're real fussy, you can get a new one of these covers. Going around to the other side. Again, trying to show you the condition of the whole car. The doors, the handles, the interior. It's pretty clean. I can't believe there's one that's in better shape. Okay, now let's go to the front passenger door. Again, trying to show you all the stuff as though you were here. I also think Rover does a cool job with these little cubbies where you can put magazines, you can put maps, you can put bottles of water. All the seat controls work. There are no bad surprises. This, I think, is a massage thing, which honestly I've never used on either side. Everything works. There's nothing in the vehicle that turns out to be a bad surprise. And again, this is kind of cool. BMW designed this. You can put a beverage thing here. There's also over here a separate beverage container that pops up. That's very handy. And that's the vehicle. What I'd like to do now is tell you about some of the improvements that have been done on the car. What you should know is that I've been religious on maintaining the car, oil changes whenever it's been recommended. In terms of improvements, I'm not a mechanic, so let me just try to tell you what they are. And I've tried to list those also in the eBay listing. Oil valve covers, one on each side, were replaced. Then also the valves on the oil covers were redone. There is a new water pump that was installed maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, or 3 months ago. New battery probably 10 months ago. A new air suspension system. The Rover has a left side and front right side air suspension, and that often gives out. And that's why when you see a Rover and you say, gee, it's only $10,000, what a bargain. But they probably haven't replaced the air suspension system. It's like $1,700 on the left, $1,700 on the right, and then there's a compressor that goes in the center of the vehicle. All three of those have been replaced on this vehicle in the last year. A new fuel pump was just installed. I was getting some faulty readings on that, and the computer said to the guys that the fuel pump was starting to fail, and so we put a new one of those in. I had no idea of how expensive that was. That's $1,300 installed. You know, the pump is $850 or something, and it's 2 or 3 hours of labor and a couple of filters, and anyway, there's a whole new one of those. So the other improvements I've listed. It's a great vehicle. Let me now show you a short clip on where the improvement works have been. And I tell you what, if you were standing here, you'd probably say, hey, start this thing up. It's remote, it's got a lock, it's got an unlock, and I think it's got a panic. Alright, sitting in the car. And that's the engine. And the good news is there are no bad surprises. Now, I mean, everything works in the vehicle. If there was anything ever wrong with this thing, I had it fixed and had it fixed right away. I should say to you, in terms of what's wrong, let me turn this off. One is over here on the door. I tend to rest my elbow right here, and that's got an indentation. Not much I can do about that. Can you get it replaced? I'm sure you can. Down here, again, there's some wear marks on the handle by the driver's side. This is not from wear, that's from off insect repellent. And I'm sorry I can't do much about that. The only other thing that's wrong with this vehicle is it's got a couple of those darn dings you get when you park your car or truck somewhere. And that's about the only thing I can point out that's not working right. A couple of dings. Got a couple of wear marks inside, but the good news is all the engine technical stuff is in good shape. The tires, I bought a new set of Michelin. I got these from Costco. The cost was $1,300. I think I bought those probably about 7 months ago. I'll find the paperwork, but there's sufficient tread on that where I think you'd be okay for another 20,000. And then you might want to switch. I've been switching about every 40,000. And the tires are all in good shape. And the spare tire, by the way, is original factory issue and still is new. Okay, that's the whole story. Let me show you a little clip on where the service work has been done. And that's my 2004 Range Rover. If we make a deal, please check out the payment terms. It's going to be a $500 deposit on PayPal, and the balance of the money needs to be wired into my checking account, and then the car is all set to go. Title is clear, and I also have all the paperwork on all the repairs that have been done. And that probably measures, I don't know, 20 pages. And it adds up to a little over $14,000. The reason I mention that is, you know, you'll find other Rovers and you'll say, wow, this one's only $9,000 or $9,500 or $9,800. Wow, is that ever a buy? It's a buy, but, you know, get ready to pick up some heavy costs as things need to get replaced. So yes, this has got a lot of miles on it, 188,000, but it's also got a lot of improvements. It's ready to go, everything works. That's the whole story. Great car. Maybe this is the one for you. If it is, place your bid or do the buy it now. And okay, stand by and let me play that clip for you on E2 Services. Okay, thanks for watching. It's called E2 Services, and they work on just Land Rover and Mini Coopers. And the owner-operator loves the Land Rovers, and he used to be a lead technician at the Rover dealer here in Orlando. And this is called E2, and this is their building, and I'm going to show you their work bays. So follow me. This is the famous E2 repair place. Look at these certificates of competency. This is Eddie. Eddie's the owner and operator and the brains. And over here is the work area. Mini Coopers. There's my Land Rover getting an oil adjustment. And this is where all the work's been done.
You brought your accountant?